Hi students, today we are going to discuss about what is electromagnetic wave in the concept of structure of atom. Already we have discussed about what is spectrum and all. Now we will see what is electromagnetic wave and then we will discuss what is electromagnetic spectrum is. See, the combination of two waveforms which are arranged perpendicular to each other gives an electromagnetic wave. For example, consider this vertical wave format. Consider this vertical wave format as an electric wave, and exactly perpendicular to this, there will be one more waveform, that is a magnetic wave which is arranged exactly perpendicular to this type of waves are considered as electromagnetic waves. Electric wave and perpendicular to the magnetic combination of this electric wave and the magnetic wave, this wave format is considered as electromagnetic wave. I hope you understood this. Combination of electric waves and the respective magnetic wave which are arranged perpendicular to each other is going to give an electromagnetic wave. Now these electromagnetic waves are not visible. Actually the electromagnetic waves are not visible, and the distance between two peaks is considered as, from here to here, the distance between two peaks is considered as a wavelength. Depending on the wavelength of the electromagnetic wave, there exist different types of electromagnetic waves. Okay, that means depending on the wavelength, which is denoted by lambda. Okay, the distance between two wavelengths, so two peaks, is denoted by lambda, that we call as wavelength. That we call as wavelength. That is, as the wavelength changes, the nature of the wave or the type of the electromagnetic wave also changes. Suppose if the this electric field changes, its respective magnetic field also is getting changed, and if the length and the combination of these two electric field and the magnetic field is changing the type of the electromagnetic wave. For example, if I take assume this is the electric field like this. This is electric field like this, and there will be a the respective perpendicular magnetic field of this wavelength. And if I take one more shorter wavelength here, okay, there exists the respective magnetic field of which is going inside the board and outside the board, three-dimension figure, out and inside of the board, and this is the respective wavelength, where it is the shorter wavelength comparing to this one, where this is another type of electromagnetic wave. This is one type of electromagnetic wave, this is another type of electromagnetic wave. I hope you understood this. That is, depending on the wavelength of the electric field or electric wave, the respective magnetic field wavelength also is going to change, and this change in the wavelength is going to change the type of the electromagnetic wave. Okay. Understand the arrangement, electric wave and this is a magnetic wave, combination of these two arrangement forms the electromagnetic wave. Now let's see, where do we come across with these electromagnetic waves in our daily life. For example, whenever we switch on the remote control, we are able to change the channels in the TV, and we are able to increase the volume of the TV or decrease the volume of the TV without any connection between the remote and the TV setup, the TV. How we are able to operate those operations? Here there exists a connection between the remote control and the TV in the form of electromagnetic waves called as infrared rays. That is, the wavelength of the electromagnetic waves are considered or will be responsible in the wavelength of infrared rays. Those infrared rays are responsible for establishing a connection between our remote control and the TV setup. Okay, now we have a cell phone tower where without any connection to our mobile phone we are able to talk with our friends and their relatives. How can the establishment of the connection between that cell phone tower and handset will be? Okay, this is also will be done with the help of electromagnetic waves which are invisible. Okay, these electromagnetic waves, now also around us there might be so many electromagnetic waves that are invisible. X-rays. The X-rays also can be considered as, whenever we go to the orthopedic center, the doctor suggests to have a X-ray. That X-ray also is one of the examples of the electromagnetic waves. Now let's discuss what is the electromagnetic spectrum is. What is the electromagnetic spectrum is? Combination of these such type of electromagnetic waves, of different wavelengths is going to give a electromagnetic spectrum. For example, I have different I can't draw this vertical, the horizontal arrangement on the board. Assume I am going to draw only vertical. Imagine this horizontal magnetic field that which is coming in and out of the board. For example, this is the electromagnetic wave of shorter wavelength, some was more, and even bigger than this. For example, this is one type of electromagnetic wave, this is one type of electromagnetic wave, this is one type of electromagnetic wave in concern, okay, where the respective magnetic field also exists. This is one type of electromagnetic wave, this is one type of electromagnetic wave, this is one type of electromagnetic wave, and this is one type of electromagnetic wave. And the group of all these electromagnetic waves as a group, if we consider, that is called as electromagnetic spectrum. Okay. Now what you do? Go to page number 108. Go to page number 108 and observe this figure number 2. It is electromagnetic spectrum where there is a cosmic rays, a maximum frequency. Now if you go with the frequency, if the wavelength is, this is wavelength is less, if the wavelength is shorter, the frequency will be more. For this frequency will be more, and that is nothing but the number of oscillations which are crossing a cross section will be more. That is, frequency will be more. If wavelength is more, then frequency will be less. If the wavelength is more, less wavelength, more number of oscillations will be there in a cross section per second. That means frequency will be more. If the frequency will be more, that energy will be more. For this wavelength, for this type of electromagnetic waves, energy will be more. If the wavelength is more, if the wavelength is maximum, for example, if you consider this much wavelength, if frequency will be very less, and energy also will be less. Okay, this is considered as the respective wavelength and respective frequency and energy. Now coming to the page number 108, if you observe figure number 2, this is giving a electromagnetic spectrum here, where initially we have the starting, we have a cosmic rays, then we have gamma rays, then we have X-rays, then we have UV rays, and in between we have a visible spectrum. What is that? I'll tell you. Then we have an infrared rays, microwaves, radars, and radio waves, and broadcast waves. These all electromagnetic waves as a group we are going to form as an electromagnetic spectrum. I hope you understood this. Why there is a change, why there is a difference in this type of all electromagnetic waves is due to the wavelength. As the wavelength is going to change, its respective frequency is going to change. As the frequency is going to change, the type of the electromagnetic wave is also going to change. Now, as the length of the wavelength, how to measure this wavelength? how to in what units we have to measure this wavelength? As the distance between these two peaks of an electromagnetic wave is very less. That is, the distance between these two peaks is very less to the electromagnetic wave. It is measured in nanometers. Nm, nanometers. The distance between these two peaks of an electromagnetic wave, that is wavelength, is measured in nanometers. Okay. Now, in this range, if you see, in this electromagnetic spectrum range, if you see, there exists a segment of 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. This segment is emitting some light. This segment is emitting some light based on the respective wavelength. That means if the wavelength of an electromagnetic wave is 400 nanometers. The wavelength of the electromagnetic wave is 400 nanometers. The distance between these two peaks is 400 nanometers. It is going to view as a violet color. Okay, it's going to be viewed as a violet color or sometimes blue color. And if the distance between the two peaks, of an electromagnetic wave is 700 nanometers, it is visible as a red color. Okay, now that is any electromagnetic wave which is going to produce the wavelengths in between 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers, it is going to emit its respective color and it is visible by our eye. And any electromagnetic wave consists of less than 400 nanometers wavelength and more than 700 nanometers wavelength. It is not going to visible. That is, this 400 to 700 nanometers wavelength is considered as visible spectrum. This range, the 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers, is considered as visible spectrum. That range, that is visible spectrum range, and more than 700 nanometers and less than 400 nanometers is called as invisible spectrum. Okay, that is the combination of electromagnetic waves only, but they are not visible. Suppose when you press the remote control, as it is talking with it, that is called as infrared rays. And in the figure we can see that is exactly above. Infrared rays are just above, they consist of the wavelength just more than 700 nanometers. As they consist of the more than 700 nanometers, when we operate, we'll be able to see any wave format which is traveling in between the remote control and the TV. We will not able to see because it is in the range of invisible spectrum. That is, the wavelength of the infrared ray consists of more than 700 nanometers range and it is considered as invisible. And just before the 400 nanometers range visible spectrum, we have a UV rays, ultraviolet rays. Okay, where we will see these all the rays which are coming from our sun or ultraviolet rays, that also we cannot see. Every wave or electromagnetic wave has its respective functionality. For example, microwaves. When we keep a microwave oven, we are able to heat the particles or items in the microwave oven with the help of microwaves. And somewhere there we will telecast. The TV channel will telecast the program in some location that can be viewed in our TV with the help of broadcast wave, radio waves, radars. The radar waves are helpful to locate the aeroplanes. With the help of these radar waves by the aeroplane, aeroplane airport, there will be a radar station where it is going to monitor the path of journey of that aeroplane with the help of radar waves. Okay, I hope you understood what is the segment of this and what is meant by electromagnetic wave and how it is being distributed. Simple. Electromagnetic waves, the electromagnetic spectrum is a group of or combination of different type of electromagnetic waves, and every magnetic wave, electromagnetic wave, possesses its own respective functionality. And if the wavelength of the electromagnetic wave is 400 nanometers, it is going to give its respective color. 500 nanometers, it is going to give its respective color. 600 nanometers, it is going to give approximately yellow color. And if it is 700 nanometers, it is going to emit red color. More than 700 and less than 400, it is called as invisible spectrum. And those electromagnetic waves have their respective functionality. Now let's see one more topic is that what happens when we heat an iron on the flame. Okay. Now when we heat an iron on the flame, some heat energy is emitted as a light. Some heat energy is emitted as light, and the heat energy is turns to red, that is the higher wavelength and less frequency, and as we continues to supply the heat energy, it turns to orange, it turns to green, orange, even last at the stage it is going to is transmitted as blue also. Again, if you further continue heating, even though there are existence of all possible existence of all 7 colors, that due to the combination of all 7 colors, sometimes it is going to give as it's going to emit as a white color as well. Okay, but when the temperature is high enough, other colors will also be emitted, but due to the higher intensity, only one particular emitted color is visible, that is red color is visible, and other color we cannot observe. And what happens is, and Max Planck broken this continuous energy tradition of the electromagnetic energy by assuming that the energy is always emitted in the multiples of h nu. Okay, what the Max Planck is said that Max Planck is broken the tradition of continuous energy format, and he said that the frequency or the energy of all electromagnetic waves depending on the type of the frequency of this electromagnetic waves, he said that the energy of every electromagnetic wave is expressed in the form of h nu, where nu is the frequency of the respective two oscillations. For example, the frequency is nu is the frequency of the respective wavelength, and h is considered as Max Planck constant, and the value of this Max Planck constant is 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joules. Okay, the Max Planck constant value is 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34. That is, in this frequency range, in this electromagnetic spectrum range, all the frequencies of these electromagnetic waves might be the energy is equal to 1 h nu, the energy may be equal to 2 h nu, where the electric might be equal to 3 h nu, and it goes on continuous form. That is, in simple, depending on the frequency of a respective electromagnetic wave, the Max Planck has divided the continuous tradition of energy, and he said that the energy can be expressed, the energy of a respective electromagnetic wave is expressed in the form of h nu, and for all the remaining electromagnetic waves, the energy is expressed in the form of 1 h nu, 2 h nu, 3 h nu, and continuous, and so on. That is, in simple, it is in the energy of an electromagnetic wave as per the Max Planck is expressed in the form of h nu. Okay, where h is the Max Planck constant and nu is the frequency of the respective electromagnetic wave. Okay, simple concept. You can understand more of this concept in your higher classes. And he said that the energy of the red color is less. The energy of the red color is less. Red color possesses less energy because it contains, the energy of the red color possesses less energy because it contains maximum wavelength and minimum frequency. As it is containing very less frequency, the energy of the red color will be minimum and energy of the violet or blue color will be maximum. Okay, suppose the energy of the blue color is maximum. It has more energy because its wavelength wavelength is less. As the wavelength is less, frequency will be more, and as the frequency is more, energy will be more energy. Okay, depending on the wavelength, the respective frequency will be there, and depending on the frequency, it consists of respective energy. Okay, and Max Planck proposed that depending on this statement transport, that red color has less energy. Red color has less energy because it has more wavelength and it has less frequency, and blue color has more energy because it has more frequency due to less wavelength. Okay, and the significance of Max Planck proposal is that the significance of Max Planck proposal is that electromagnetic energy can be emitted or can be gained or lost in discrete values and not in continuous form. Okay, the energy of, that is the energy of an electromagnetic wave can be of when it is gaining, if an magnetic wave is gaining some energy or losing some energy, the value of that energy which is lost or the value of the energy which is gained may not be in a continuous form. It may have in a discrete values. It can have a discrete values also. Okay, about this Max Planck proposal, you have an explanation in your higher classes. As per the portion of 10th class, we have this much. Okay, now we will understand how in Diwali's, while we have Diwali in the festivals and all, we are able to enjoy the colors of the different crackers. How these crackers are able to emit or produce these different colors. Okay, to understand this, what we can say is every atom or every substance or every item has the ability of emitting a respective electromagnetic wave when it is exposed, and this electromagnetic wave is responsible for emitting the respective color. What does it mean? What does this sentence mean? We conduct one activity so that we are able to understand what is the response, how this one color is able to, one respective color fire is able to emit these colors. For example, we will take this is a lab activity. This is an activity what we conduct. Now what we have to do, we have to take a watch glass. Take a watch glass. Watch glass is nothing but not the glass which is there for watch. A thicker glass which have some concave format where we can keep any substances. The watch glass. Take a watch glass and take a pinch of cupric chloride. Take a pinch of cupric chloride in this. Take a pinch, small pinch of cupric chloride in this, and add this pinch of cupric chloride by adding concentrated hydrochloric acid. Okay, you make a paste by adding HCl to this pinch of adding a hydrochloric acid to the pinch of cupric chloride. We will make a paste of this, make it as a paste and keep it on a tripod stand. Watch glass, keep it on a tripod stand and introduce to a platinum loop and introduce to a non-luminous flame and observe what is going to happen. Okay, now we will see that. Okay, we will see that it is going to emit. We notice that it is going to emit a green color. When we are going to heat this, we are going to supply this, it is going to give a green color emission, and repeat the same activity by taking the strontium chloride. By taking the strontium chloride here, take the same hourglass and we keep the strontium chloride here and we repeat the same activity. At that color, in that case, we are going to see strontium chloride is going to give the crimson red flame. It is going to give the crimson red flame. Crimson red flame. You might have understood that whenever we have some sodium lamps, we usually sodium lamps are used in street lights. When that sodium lamp is going to get heated, initially it will be as we switch on, as the process goes on, it slowly gets heated, and the sodium vaporizes. The sodium which is present in the sodium lamp gets vaporized and going to emit yellow color. That is, cupric chloride is going to produce green color. Cupric chloride is going to give the green color. Strontium chloride is going to produce, cupric chloride is going to give the green color, and strontium chloride is going to give crimson red flame, and whereas yellow color, that is sodium vaporizes. Sodium vaporizes to give the green yellow color. Cupric chloride is another substance, is emitting green. Okay, strontium chloride is one more color, it is going to emit crimson red flame, and sodium vapor and it is going to give the yellow color. This property shows that different elements emits different colors when they are heated by a non-luminous flame. Okay, this makes the scientist enable or think about the structure of atom. This is acting like the fingerprints, the emission of different colors and different electromagnetic waves to produce different colors of different elements gave an idea for the scientists to study about the atomic structure of different elements and their functionality, the behavior of the different elements, and the emission of electromagnetic spectrum by the different colors is helped as the fingerprints for